Hi, this is Oliver from Meplis on our CareMonitor release update 2.2.2 for the administration. We'd love to share with you some of the upgrades and updates we've done. So if I go to the administration interface today, you can see there is an improvement here on the navigation and the way you can access the different components of the administration. We've also added easier filtering of your care monitors, and I will show later the same for the user status. Together with this update came an improvement of the statistics and the information you immediately get on your dashboard for the different care monitors you have. So you can see here, navigate between the care monitors and the alerts. In the care monitors, you can see that there are, for instance, a status for all the different participants and the number of cycles. So typically what you see here is that you have two participants totally invited, and one of them is enrolled and one of them is pending policy. On the cycles, you can see that there are currently in total 10 cycles for these two users, so 5 each. And because one user didn't accept the policy, you can see that there's 5 cycles remaining for that user. The user that already started has 4 cycles completed and has 1 cycle to do. So 50% of the users accepted the policy. There is no cycles expiring in the next 7 days, so that also gives you easier information to act upon for your care monitors. This is an example for a sticky care monitor. So from here you can go into detail just as it was before, and you have an easier view of your different users. High expert functionality is still here as it was before, and for your different users you can see there immediately that this example user we work with in the demo has 1 started cycle and 4 cycles that have been completed, and then the other user has still 5 cycles to go because he did not accept the policy. The nice thing here is that you can also filter this information. So if you say, okay, I only want to see the user that accepted the policy, can just navigate here. You can also look at the different statuses here of the user. So if you see, okay, who is enrolled, there's only 1 person that's been enrolled. Pending registration, nobody, because the other user is only pending policy, so he's already registered. You can set these filters back and see, for instance, okay, how many cycles are expired and for which users cycles are expiring today, in the next 7 days, or in the next 30 days. And you can also filter on whether there have been alerts that have been created for these users. To see the main information of this particular care monitor that has been created, you can click here on main, navigate to participants, or see the different files you have created as exported for this care monitor. In the main section, today we have more information in the alerts, so you can see what actually was the condition that was defined. So we're going to do the same for the triggers to make it easier, and so this screen has a better overview today of what's going on. In the participant section, as you can see, you were able to navigate to an individual participant such as this one. You can see that this user has accepted the policy, no alerts were generated. From the file cycles, there are 4 that have been answered and 1 that is started. Now, if I go into the front-end user interface and I just complete this last cycle that was available. So in this example, it's a questionnaire in Dutch. So I just navigate to the different options as a user. And so once I have completed this, you see that I've been invited to the next care monitor. So everything else relating to the triggers, etc., functions in the exact same way. If you want to move back to the dashboard, please just click on the Meplis CareMonitor logo here on top, brings you directly to the dashboard. So you can see now that of the 2 invited participants, 1 has completed his 5 cycles and 1 is still pending. So this automatically care monitor completion here on this first demo update care monitor, after completion the user is automatically invited to demo update 2, as we have seen in the front end, so it immediately arrives. And you can see here there are 2 cycles that are expected for this user. There was no policy defined because the policy was defined in the first care monitor. So here again, a better overview, better statistics here on the dashboard, and improved user management. So if I go to the different participants here, you can now navigate to manage participants, and from here again you can filter on who is invited, who has status invited, who has status registered, who has status disabled, draft, or paused. So if you go on the registered user, you have all your users here. Click on one of the different users and you can immediately see in which care monitors this user has been enrolled. So again, from here you can also see, okay, look at only those care monitors that have been finished. So you have the one that has just been finished because I executed it in the front end, and then pending policy there's none, and then the actively enrolled is the second one. You see I have 2 cycles to go here. One has been started and one is to be completed. From here I can still manage the different aspects of the user, so I can pause this user, disable this user for the different care monitors, send reminders eventually, and go immediately into detail for this user. As you can see on this care monitor, I can see that one started and one next cycle. You can also look at what is planned for this user. In this case it's sticky care monitor, so the user can decide when to execute it. So there's 2 cycles here, and they have been planned for this user, so you can easily find the planning for the user in a particular care monitor. So we hope you are happy with this release update. We'll be working on our next update, which will include more control over the sections you create on the dashboard, so you can separate different pathways and follow-ups here in a more structured manner. So we'll look forward to giving you that information in the next 2-3 weeks. Thank you very much. Bye bye.